And if we've never met before, my name is Amanda. I run Spiritual Business School. I call myself your spiritual business director, where I help you use human design, school, and some AI to build a six-figure business that feels as good as it looks. I've been in marketing and sales for over 8 years now. I've got a master's degree in positive coaching psychology. I've built a six-figure business. I'm now able to make $20,000 months working less than 20 hours a week, and I'm literally living my dream life in Croatia. It's crazy. A year ago, I would have never expected this. And by 20 hours a week, a lot of times I mean closer to 10. It's kind of crazy, honestly. So let's dive into this. In my last video, I went over the 10 mistakes to avoid that literally guarantee your failure on Skool in 2026. So of course, I had to make a follow-up video of 9 proven strategies to blow up your Skool community in 2026. And it's all going to be aligned with your human design, because that's what we do here. All right, let's go. So this is just an overview of what growing a Skool community entails. I'm basically just going to go through this with you one by one. First, let's just talk about your human design aligned strategy, generally speaking, according to your aura type. So manifestors, you are here to inform. You are the leaders. So we want big picture visions from you. Generators, you guys are here to respond. You are the builders, and thank God for you, because you make the world go round. Reflectors are literally the best community owners. No community is complete without my reflectors. Your strategy is to wait a lunar cycle, which I know is kind of hard, but I'm going to show you how we can shortcut the process or get there as fast as possible. Let me just say that. You're here to assess, reflect, tune in to what's going on in the collective. Do you see why it's so important that you have a community? So important. And projectors, last but not least, we are here to wait for the invitations. We're here to guide, generally speaking. The next thing I just love using in business when it comes to your human design is your profile line for sales. Did you know when you look up your human design there, it'll tell you what your aura type is, and then there's this funny looking number that looks like a fraction. It's a combination of 2 numbers. Okay, I am a 4-6, which means I am the opportunist role model. People generally need to know a bit more about me in order to do business with me. I'm here to impact my warm network. The people who are in my world, my clients, stay with me for a really long time. They just inherently trust what I have to say, my recommendations, the resources. And then as a role model, I did have a very rough first 30 years of my life, but understand that if you are a 6th line or a line 3, those first 30 years of your life were rough for a reason, because that's literally what you came here to do. So let me just go through these briefly. As a line 1, you are the researcher. Your research is your paycheck. You love diving into the nitty gritty, and you are here to get paid for your research. Just make sure you're keeping really detailed notes so that when you need to show up and talk about this thing that you've learned, you're able to pull this research forward into the future and share it. So you could use Notion, a platform like Notion or Cortex. They're both free note-taking apps. Line 2s, you are the hermit, and you will ghost your audience. Give us behind the scenes. You're not really here to explain how the sauce is made. You're just kind of a natural genius at these things. It's better to just kind of give us a peek of you in your element. We don't really need you to break down the step-by-step process for us. We just want to see you doing your thing. Line 3s, trial and error. You're here to bump into life, learn through experimentation, and what works, what doesn't work through your own experience. Line 4s, you are just the natural, you never met a stranger. Line 4s get along with everybody. We pour into the people in our lives a lot. Even though we're called the opportunist, we really pour into our people a lot, and we're here to have those really close connections. You are magnetically pulled forward into success from your warm network. Line 5s, you are celebrities. I love you so much. I love my line 5s. You guys tend to have larger audiences. You go viral a lot. You say really controversial shit, and it just works for you. Lean into that. And then line 6 you're the role model. You don't even have to try. Don't try to sell anything you haven't done or you don't know anything about. But there are a lot of things and a lot of lived wisdom and experience that you have to share with us. and we are here for it. We want to hear your wisdom. Okay. And I kind of went over this already. So again, the generators, your aura is very open and is magnetically pulling people and opportunities and situations to you. And you have to decide with your own authority, your inner authority, which is never your mind. It's your authority tells you where to look in your body to make aligned decisions that move you with the flow of life. So generators, your authority is either emotional or sacral, but you're going to have that sacral response either way because you always have a defined sacral. This just means that you get an instinctive or in the moment. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Are you listening to me? All right. Projectors. Aura is very focused and absorbing. We are great working one-on-one. That's why I'm doing this 10K Freemium School Challenge. I'm doing it one-on-one because I just love working with my people one-on-one. I do. I love it. Whatever. I have group elements as part of my mastermind. I don't want to discourage projectors from feeling like they're going to have to do one-on-one forever, but most of us like doing it. But there are other ways to monetize and scale beyond one-on-one that I can definitely help you with. But yeah. We love one-on-one. We're here to guide. Don't try to compete with people on sacral energy. You will always, always lose. And you're literally we're the new earth leaders. So we need you here. Thank you. Manifestors, you've got this closed aura. People never know what the fuck is going on with you and they're always trying to figure it out. And so that is why it's so important for you to inform people before acting. You use your throat. Your throat is the only manifestation center in the body graph. And so only by you speaking do you create a channel between yourself and the other to where they can peer into what's going on with you. And it really it does a whole lot for them, but it's more so for you. So you don't like piss people off by changing things that they're gonna be impacted by. And then reflectors, you've got this resistant aura. You're kind of like together, but separate. And you're here to assess, like I said, reflect, communicate, etc. All right. So with that being said, now we're on to number 3, I guess. If I wanted to guarantee my success on Skool in 2026, the first thing I would do is start now with a freemium community. There's a ton of different models on Skool that work that can make you money, meaning you could have a free community. You could have a paid community. The paid community could be low ticket. It could be high ticket. You could charge $9, $97, $997 a month. $10,000 a year. You could charge whatever you want. You could have a free and a paid community, or you could have one freemium community, which just means it's a free community on the front end, high ticket on the back end. This is what I recommend. This is the easiest thing to start. It allows you to significantly decrease the operational complexity that comes with being a solopreneur. You don't need a huge team. These days, one person can build an empire, and what determines your ability to build an empire is the leverage that you have in your business. And so less is more. One community, everyone's in the same place. You have locked resources and calls for your paid people. You've got some free resources in there for your free people. Everybody's engaging in the same place. Your free people are able to see the results that your paid people are getting. You've got one central location for all of your reviews and testimonials and all of your resources all in one place. It just makes your life easier. So that's why I recommend it. Secondly, there's just a lot of drawbacks to. First of all, a free community is great because it's really easy to get people in there, but then how are you going to monetize? And that is important because how long can you keep it up if you're not making money? A paid community can be great if you have a larger audience. The issue with that I have found is that most people, only 1% to 3% of your audience is going to buy from you. And when they've studied this in Skool communities, they send traffic to a paid community. The conversion rate is an average of 4%, versus if it's a free community, it has a 20% average conversion rate. So this means you're capturing more leads on the front end. You have more of an opportunity to nurture them, build relationships, showcase your expertise, and ultimately provide value. And so now the number of people who are going to be interested and primed for your offer are much higher by doing a freemium community, if that makes sense. If I were starting my freemium community, manifestors, I would boldly announce on all of your social media platforms, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where we're going. I'm excited about this. Just let people know where you're going so that we can buy from you. Generators, I really want you to tune into your sacral response. It has to be something that's an immediate, like, It has to be something that excites you. It really does. Otherwise, it's not, you're not going to be able to continue it. Projectors, I want you to ask yourself, what are people always coming to me for? What do I love talking about? I know people are asking you questions, and there is a pattern there that I know you have seen. And I'll talk more a bit about like how to use your specific human design when it comes to content. I'm just kind of talking about the community launch and strategy behind the freemium. Projectors are going to do great with high ticket. Manifestors would do great with high ticket. For reflectors, I want you to reflect back on what you've been noticing in the last 28 days and allow your community topic to incorporate multiple modalities. You're here to sample and pick and choose and put things together in new and interesting ways. No community is really whole without you. The fourth thing that I would do immediately, like starting yesterday, is putting out one YouTube video a week. This applies to everybody. I'll cover the short form in a second, but this is how the model works. There are 1.5 million ways to grow your online business, and the problem is pretty much all of them work. The question is, will it work for you? And that's why we use human design, but there are principles that, regardless of your human design, always work. What I need you to remember is you are only ever doing 3 things when it comes to business. I know it can feel overwhelming, especially when you're on your own. You're just not sure which way to go. That always feels like you're juggling 1 million things. So you can always come back to this. You're only ever doing attract, convert, deliver. That is it. That's it. But we build it in reverse. So it goes deliver, convert, attract, because we have to know what we're delivering, what is the offer, before we have a way to sell it and then a way to promote it. So attraction is our marketing, conversion is sales, and deliver is delivery. And the way we do it is we have a YouTube video, we've got short form content going out for visibility, and then we send traffic to our freemium Skool About page. It's really that simple. And so our weekly YouTube video, generators, I'll cover this when I get to the short form. So I would create a weekly YouTube video. For the first video I'd probably start with is my story, like my hero story. And I actually have some resources to help you with this inside Spiritual Business School if you're interested in that. And I've also got it's a free course in there called Find Your Online Persona with Human Design. It unlocks at level 2, which is really easy to get to. And that'll dive into this in more detail. The fifth thing that I would do, and this is major. This has been such a huge unlock for me and for my clients. I'm literally obsessed with it. It's working so well for them, is hosting a challenge inside of your Skool community. So there's a lot of ways. Setting up the Skool community is easy. The hard part is how do you attract the right members into the community and then convert them into your offer is the difficult part. And there's a lot of ways to go about this. You could have a Start Here course. You could do webinars, master classes, DMs. You could do discovery calls, CTAs. You could post in the community. There's a lot of different ways to convert, but the best one that I am loving right now is a Skool challenge. And this is something that I actually developed with a few different, like pulling from a few different resources, and it's structured in a very specific way so that it filters for the exact person, that 1% of people that you can really help who already want and need and are willing to pay for what you have to offer, and then literally prepares them for your high ticket offer. And it is a paid challenge. And this is something that is exclusive to my mastermind clients. So if you're interested in running one of these challenges for yourself, you're a go-getter, you're just like ready to rock and roll, you can book a call with me. The link is below, and see if you're a fit for the mastermind. If so, you get all those resources. Okay, so I would run a challenge. That would be my conversion mechanism that I would have inside of my community. You could also host a weekly coffee chat. Like I said, you could reach out in the DMs. I like to send, you can have an auto DM that goes out to people when they join your school, but most people don't respond to that. So I like to send personalized Loom videos based on their answers to the membership questions. Again, I'm getting kind of technical here, but that's what I would use to convert, is a challenge. Now let's talk about random content, because this is kind of fun. So I look at YouTube as my authority building conversion platform, because social media is changing. We're no longer in the age of the influencer where you can just show up and go viral and platforms are going to pay you all this money and brands are going to pay you all this money. Like, we're now in the age of really the educational creator, or the solopreneur. And the difference is the platforms now, the short form platforms, they're designed to keep people on the platform. So they're really, really good, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at pushing the content that you create in front of the right people who will watch it, which means you don't have to talk about the same thing all the time. Like, TikTok really revolutionized the social media game in so many ways, but now all the other algorithms are catching up to the point where I could have, and I've done this, I would show up talking every single day about, let's say, mindset, growing your online business. And then when I started talking about human design, it immediately started showing my content to people who were interested in human design. I didn't have to announce it. I didn't have to create a separate page. I just started talking about things that I was interested in. And YouTube is the only platform that does not punish you for sending people off platform. The people who watch YouTube videos and the people who watch Instagram and TikTok, even though they might have some overlap, the intentions behind the platforms are so much different, and the intention behind why someone goes to consume content there are very different. So that's why I say I have a weekly YouTube video, this is my long form content for visibility and authority, because it doesn't matter how many subscribers I have. I've built a 20K month business and beyond with less than 200, I had less than 270 YouTube subscribers. That's crazy. I have close to 15K across Instagram and TikTok, and it hasn't even come close. I've hit it a few times with those platforms. It's so much more work is what I'm saying. It's a lot more work, a lot more manual labor. Like, you have to create more content, get out to people in the DMs, get them on calls. It's just a much more in-depth process versus creating one weekly YouTube video in your niche that solves a problem for your ideal audience and either sends them into your Skool community or to book a call. It's so easy. But your random content, this is where you kind of get to have fun. I'm talking about like Instagram and TikTok. If I were you, I would be posting at least once to 3 times a day on TikTok. And what I use is there's this app, it's called Repurpose AI. I'll post my stuff on TikTok and then it automatically goes to my YouTube Shorts and Instagram, which is great. Saves me so much time. And so your random content is like literally you showing up and talking about the things that you're interested in, the random things that happen to you that make you a whole person. So manifestors, you have a really close relationship to source. You get so many ideas and insights and inspiration, and like your short form is really a place where you can play and experiment and just share these things without having to make a whole long YouTube video. How cool is that? So be bold, be exciting, just like share from your throat, your manifestation center. And it's the same in Kabbalah. Kabbalah is part of human design, but prayer, they always say to say your prayers out loud, because your throat literally is a manifestation center, and manifestors have a defined throat. Generators. Because you either have sacral or emotional authority, I'm torn on this. Like, sometimes I feel like it's best to create content where you're emotional high, because that pulls people in, but you can also experiment with doing it when you're at an emotional low. But the biggest thing I have to actually say for generators is it's not so much about you being the most interesting person in the room. It's about you making them feel like the most interesting person in the room. So share things that are exciting to you, that are going on with you. Lean on your profile line. These are the things you should talk about in your content so that people can buy from you. And the analogy I always give for generators, there was this, British Prime Minister, And this journalist was going out to lunch with Benjamin Disraeli, and then I forgot what the other guy's name was, Harris. One was the incumbent and one was the new one. And she was going to decide who to vote for after the lunch. And so she has lunch with both of them. She's talking to her friend. Her friend is like, so how was Disraeli? She's like, oh my God, he was the most interesting person I've ever met. So charismatic. I'm just like, fascinating. Such a cool guy. And her friend was like, so who did you vote for? And she said, oh no, I voted for the other one. He said, what do you mean? I thought you said Disraeli was the most interesting person you ever met. She said, yeah, he made me feel like he was the most interesting person I've ever met. But the other one made me feel like I was the most interesting person in the room. Do you see the difference? Generators can really get caught up in the game when it comes to confidence. They're like, I don't know what to talk about. Do people care? Does this matter? Yes, it does. And by you decentering yourself, and just allowing yourself to be who you are and connect with other people. Ask them questions. Has this ever happened to you? Do you prefer this or this? Do you like A or B? What do you want to hear from me next? Involve them in the conversation. I promise you this is such a hack when it comes to content, especially for generators. Projectors. I want you to go on there and talk about what are the bottlenecks you're seeing? What are people missing? What is everyone talking about, but that's not really the solution? You're able to see these things very, very clearly. I do love YouTube, especially for projectors, manifestors, reflectors, because we're non-sacral. It's really hard to compete on a platform like TikTok or Instagram in terms of quantity of content. And YouTube allows you to compete on quality. We're really good at giving that depth and insight. And even though YouTube was hard for me at the beginning, TikTok was also equally difficult. It was a different skill set to learn how to get all of my thoughts out in a 60 or 90 second TikTok. It was really hard. But what are the bottlenecks? What are you noticing? You are really good at seeing what other people miss. Reflectors. What are you noticing in the community? Look back in the last 28 days. What are people missing? What are you noticing? What do people need to know? My point with all of this, the random content, is I want you to have fun with it. I want you to be able to experiment. I want you to be yourself, because the more yourself you are, authenticity is 5,000 times stronger than love. And in a world of ChatGPT, AI bullshit, you just being yourself is such a competitive advantage, because you are a once in a lifetime, million, trillion, gazillion years type of cosmic event. And again, I go further into this in the Find Your Online Persona with Human Design mini course that's inside Spiritual Business School. It's really good. So if you want more detailed, insights on how to show up online with your human design, I definitely recommend that. Now, 7 is having an interesting niche. The reason I talk about this is because in my next video, I want to share 3 surefire ways to grow your Skool community, and having an interesting niche is so important when it comes to Skool discovery. And this is something I like to say, don't make me niche slap you, because I believe your niche is something you start with the least bad option and then you make it less bad over time. You're never going to nail on the right niche from the beginning. And I know you probably hate to hear that, but it's just the case. Your niche is kind of something that's revealed to you. But the more specific you are, the better. When I first started, what did I say? I had Fire Your Boss Fast. I was helping empower entrepreneurs. Do you see how basic that is? It doesn't even mean anything. And I tried a bunch of different things, but human design had always been something that I just loved. Ever since I discovered it, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. My friend Bobby, who is a reflector, was the guy who introduced me to it probably 5 or 6 years ago. And now his wife, Shanley, is one of my clients. She's a generator. I love it. And I just always been interested in it, but I kind of thought it was a little too woo-woo to talk about in my content. I've always been spiritual. I was raised Buddhist and Jewish. And it's just always been part of who I am, but I'm also really, really practical. And so I also was like, oh, should I call myself spiritual? Maybe I'm not spiritual enough. Maybe I don't know enough about human design. Turns out your audience will let you know. I just started talking about human design and people loved it. They were interested in it. And I love talking about it. And so now I use human design in Skool to help people build 6-figure businesses. So having an interesting niche. I don't really want to talk much more about this. I think that's boring. Next is this miracle formula. I do feel like it's important to talk about the spiritual side of blowing up on Skool, because if you were not aware, building an online business is a foil for personal development. Not everybody is designed to be an entrepreneur. You either kind of like have something inside of you, a calling on your heart, or you do not. But there are tools that you can use that guarantee you unlock miracles in your business. And one of the tools that I'm literally obsessed with, this comes straight from Kabbalah, is called the miracle formula. This is so great for entrepreneurs. Number one is prayer. I talk to and ask the creator for help all the time, especially when it comes to my school, all the time, because sometimes I just don't know what to do. I am overwhelmed by so many options, and there's so many ways I could take this, and I just like having a direct line to the best thing for me. And so what I'll do is go on a walk in the morning, and I will have my AirPods in so I don't look like a crazy person. I'll literally talk to the creator. It's the coolest thing ever. I don't know if you're aware of this, but like, let's say you're shopping on Amazon and I type in jeans. I'll see all these jeans are going to come up, even though you can't really order Amazon here. You can, but it just takes a week. I'll see jeans for men, women, kids, wide leg, flare, straight cut, boot cut, barrel cut. I'll see all the jeans. But what I could do if I was smart is I would filter it. I'd say I want to see women's wide leg jeans, tall, because I'm literally 5'11", basically 6 feet tall, medium wash. And then I'm only going to see jeans that fit my parameters. And you could do the same thing when it comes to prayer. So what's the intention? I want to be at 50K months. Creator, show me, what do I need to talk about in my video to hit 50K months? What do I need to do for my clients to help them be successful? I want my clients to all be at 10K months. Show me what I need to do. I will literally, you get so specific and clear over what your intention is to the point where it creates the space in your vessel so that the only information, opportunities, people you will be presented with that day are in direct answer to your question, but you have to ask. So prayer, literally ask for help. Be like, look, what should I do, this for my about page or this? I mean, it's the beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Then certainty, understanding that this is probably the single biggest hack for being successful in business, blowing up your Skool, literally doing anything you want, is instead of asking for miracles or blessings, asking for certainty. Creator, I know that everything is from you and it is good. Can help me unlock certainty. Show me what I need to do and I will do it. Help me understand that everything is from you and it is good. Help me be certain. It's so easy to be certain when the money is in the bank, the clients are there, the money's on the way. Of course you can be certain in situations like that. But entrepreneurship is uncertainty. It is uncertainty. The real test, the real opportunity comes when you don't see the external signs of success. Can you still be certain that this is perfect? Because what's crazy is your life, your unique business, where you are, is the most merciful situation you could be in. They say in Kabbalah, like if you traded places, like there's other school owners that I love and I look at them and I'm like, man, I just wish I could be where they are, But first of all, if I switch places with someone like Evelyn Weiss, who's been doing this for 8 years, she's made like $8 million online. I'm sure it would be like, I would have no fucking clue what to do. It would give me tremendous bread of shame, meaning I didn't do the work that got her to that point. So I wouldn't know how to deal with the results that she's gotten. Second of all, you're in the best place for you to unlock your greatest abundance, success, prosperity. Right now you are. So having certainty, asking for certainty. Next, this is like gets more into the physical part. So the physical work, this is what we just covered. Your physical work to blow up on Skool is your YouTube video, your short form content, posting in your community, having some way to convert free members into paid clients. Like that is the physical work. And then the spiritual work is, where are you being reactive in your business? Where are you, instead of taking a proactive stance and doing the things that you know you need to do, instead of doing that, you're either scrolling, shopping, on the phone with your friends, watching TV. You're avoiding the actual work. Because when you do 100% physical, 100% spiritual prayer and certainty, you will blow up. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I promise if you actually did this every single morning, you would blow up. It's 2025 at the time of this recording. Your school would already blow up by the end of the year. In fact, wherever you are right now, the Creator wants you to have 100 times more abundance. All you need to do is this. Lastly, number 9, I cannot overemphasize this, is the rule of 1. The biggest thing that's going to guarantee your failure on Skool is being distracted. Okay, so what I would do is I would pick one offer, one platform, YouTube, and then one coach or one source of information, and I would only do that until successful. The thing that's been the biggest block for me and for my clients is that they're taking in information from too many different sources. I'm at the point now where I only will have one business coach. I don't have more than one coach helping me with my business. I have coaches for other things to help me with like my spiritual world, like Kabbalah, emotional, things like that, but they don't overlap. Because when you're taking in information from too many different sources, you're just going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to know what to do. And you'll basically get the ball to the 90-yard line, and then you're going to give up and you're going to switch your niche. You're going to start another school. You're going to go on another platform. You're going to pick a different offer. And then you're going to give up all of the light that you had revealed along the way, and you don't get any points for getting to the 90-yard line. So pick one model. Like, let's say we're going to do a freemium model. My offer is human design and Skool to help you build a 6-figure business, 100K biz by design. I'm going to promote it on YouTube. I'm only going to listen to my one business coach, and I'm going to do this until I am successful, no matter what. Some notes. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how to use your authority when making decisions, because this business is a game of decisions. Those who make decisions and act quickly are the ones who are successful. And if you're only relying on your mind to make decisions, it's going to make it really, really hard for you because there's just so much information and your mind is not privy to universal intelligence the same way your body is. So if you have emotional authority, wait 24 hours before you switch up your offer or your funnel or your focus. Like, give yourself at least 24 hours to sit on it, because if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no for now. I know that you get excited about things and you want to try different things out and you're getting downloads, and that's great. But you have to lean on your emotional authority to make these decisions. And emotional authority, I feel like, is very understood. And I honestly don't even understand it that well, just to be honest. But wait on it. Don't just act on things immediately because you're excited in the moment, is my point. Sacral authority, same thing for you. If it's either an or an you're here to respond to like yes or no, this or that questions. And if it's not a hell yes, it is a no for now. Splenic authority, you get the best intuitive hits and insights, and they'll just come to you, and you can ask your splenic authority things. Like if you're not sure which direction to take for your community or what to talk about in your next video, you can ask your splenic authority and you'll get a hit, and it'll feel safe or not safe in the moment. It'll either feel good or it won't feel good. And you don't have to intellectualize this. Just because something isn't right for you doesn't mean it's bad or wrong. It just means it's not right for you right now. Ego authority, really, you should be selfish. Consider what feels right for you, and that will be right for your community. Self-projected, talk it out loud. Say it out loud to yourself. You can use voice notes. You can talk to a trusted friend. Just let them know I'm not really looking for advice. I just kind of want to hear it come out. And do what feels aligned with your identity, your G center, who you are as a person. Lunar authority. Track how you're feeling throughout the lunar cycle, the transits. And you can use like ChatGPT for this, and there's sites that will help you track the transits. But it's going to be cyclical for you. So don't make like major life-altering business decisions in the heat of the moment. You really do need that full 28 days to reflect on what is the best direction for you to go. If you are interested, you want to build a Skool community that is perfectly aligned with your human design, you want to shortcut the process, like it's taken me 2 years to figure all this stuff out, and lots of mentorship and trial and error. I am currently accepting applications. I'm doing a 10K freemium Skool challenge that is designed to help you make your first $10,000 on Skool in just 4 days. I literally work with you one-on-one. You're not going to need to do endless awkward sales calls. You don't need any complicated funnels or a huge tech stack or chasing down leads. And you really don't even need a big audience. You can have a very, very small audience. If you're interested in that, I only do this once a month, and I do 2 spots, but I only run it once a month just because I love doing them, but they're intense. They're intensive, and you will see results. It's literally dope. So I will include the application and the sign up link below this video. And if you're ready to just dive into the mastermind and unlock everything, you can apply to work with me one-on-one below just by booking a call. Make sure you are subscribed and share your human design down below. Tell me, what is your aura type and profile down below. I love reading all of your comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.